Pakistani fans, hold your breath. 128 is what your team will need to qualify for the semi-finals. And 128 means that thanks to South Africa's epic
joke, absolutely.
You are now going to potentially, if India wins against Zimbabwe, Pakistan will face New Zealand in Sydney. And you'll always kind of like get a 92 World Cup like feel.
Yeah, this World Cup has given you a lot of those.
Lot of vibes on 1992, and Pakistan are kind of repeating the 1992 script all over again. Please come in. And so Bangladesh have been restricted to 127 for 8. Nazmul Hussain Shanto with 54. Afif Hussain the next with 24.
But that's it.
And the major talking point was Shakib Al Hasan. Shadab Khan bowled a flighted delivery. Shakib danced down the track and he seemed to have been beaten by the flight.
Yeah.
Now, the umpire, after a very long discussion, after a very long thinking, he gave it out.
Out, which actually didn't seem to be the case.
Didn't seem. And when the ball passed the bat, it looked as if he had gotten an edge. There was a gap between the pitch and the bat. So there was no bottom edge onto the pitch.
Yeah.
But the umpire gave it out. And Shakib waited. And he just couldn't believe it. So one more major talking point in that for Bangladesh is that they'll be very hard done with because they were having good momentum. 10 overs, 70. The next 10 overs, they just managed 57 runs.
And that's the thing, if they had gotten even 150 here,
yeah,
it was a winnable challenge. Don't forget, used pitch, and in the last match we saw Netherlands defend 158.
Yes. Oh, the prophet is here. Yes,
Hello, Lavrami.
I can see 1992 World Cup repeat. Oh my goodness, he said it.
He said it.
He said it, yes. And just go up a bit, Shivam. There was a comment up there, yeah. Just comment. Go up. Bas. Piyush Nandre, yes, but you had said if.
Yeah, we knew that, but I don't think any one of us saw it coming. I
certainly did.
No, Sid is very happy. That's why he's wearing Orania.
See, Shane is wearing yellow, so I couldn't get that conflict going. At least.
Well, I have my allegiance in place.
No, don't worry. We have our India jerseys for the.
Yes, we have our India jerseys.
For the now no longer must-win match.
Piyush Nandre, yes. Yeah. I mean, we were also saying if Netherlands beat South Africa, India and Pakistan will both qualify. But Pakistan, if they can't chase 128, Bangladesh.
Then Bangladesh are qualifying. My God.
Netherlands, it could be a double delight for them today. Because if India beats Zimbabwe, then Netherlands automatically qualify for the 2024 T20 WC.
Correct.
Because you finish in the top 4.
Yes. As Pakistan, we know that it was out.
No, he then repeats, he then corrects and says that we know it was not out. Yeah. Fair enough, very sporting.
Yeah. Very sporting, yes. So, Sudesh, I really hope today's 11 finalists will be Rohit, KL, Kohli, Sky, Pant, Pandya, Aksar, Harshal, Shami, Bhuvi, Arshdeep, Chahal, Ashwin as reserve. I think today India can afford to.
Now suddenly out of nowhere, because of all these circumstances falling your way.
Yeah.
Now you might see a couple of changes. Now.
Absolutely.
Now you can, because really it's a no-loss situation. Even if you lose, you're through. So
yeah, but then see, if you lose, you will face New Zealand in the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And if you top the group, you face England in Adelaide. In Adelaide.
Yes.
So Akash Bharadwaj,
I agree with his point. He says that look,
Pakistan now if they reach the semis because the rhythm of Shaheen looks
yes. What we were pointing out even upstairs when we were having a chat, we're saying that Shaheen finally looks like he is coming back into rhythm early in the tournament.
I think it's his best T20 figures as well.
Yes.
4 for 22.
4 for 22.
Yes.
And suddenly all dead rubbers today become interesting.
Yes, Aditya Kavlekar. Yep.
Yeah, because when you look at positioning in the table, because
well, they weren't dead rubbers to begin with.
Yeah, actually, they weren't.
They became dead rubbers after Netherlands defeated.
Exactly.
But Aditya, dead rubber is only for India.
Only the India.
Not Pakistan. Bangladesh.
This is a quarterfinal. This is a quarterfinal. Whoever wins.
We thought Pakistan South Africa was a virtual quarterfinal.
Okay,
This is a virtual quarterfinal.
Bangladesh win, they're at 4 right now. Right?
Yeah, they win. They're through too. Yes.
South Africa.
Because then it doesn't matter about points. Yeah, South Africa are gone. The only way they can still qualify. In fact, even that was a thing that if it got rained out, their net run rate is worse than Pakistan. So Pakistan would get 5 points and would have made it on the second spot.
Yeah, but
correct.
Arun Teja, just go for that commentary. I just want to take it before you go to points table. Arun Teja was like saying, I hope Pakistan, I don't want India to. But India will not face New Zealand in the final.
They'll most likely be facing.
Unless. What will
No,
happen
there is a scenario.
Yeah.
If New Zealand beat Pakistan, which look like the likely semi-finalists from this group, the other semi-finalists,
then India New Zealand very much possible.
Then New Zealand need to beat Pakistan for it to be an India New Zealand match,
which I thought would happen in 2015, but that didn't happen. So what if Bangladesh also can happen?
Geetha, my God, if that happens, then my God, I mean, none of us saw.
Are there enough runs on the board?
No, there aren't.
Really,
the Pakistan's one run loss against Zimbabwe came and they were chasing 131.
Exactly.
31.
But at that time the Perth wicket was different. This is Adelaide, where if you hang in, the ball comes on very nicely to the bat.
And again, you got big hitters in that team. It's only the long of boundaries that are long, square boundaries.
But the key is in Adelaide, it becomes harder to bat in the second innings.
The pitch is sluggish because this was the second game played.
I mean, if you look at even South Africa, they were not in the second half of the innings. They were struggling.
Yes.
Really struggling. Miller, Russo, Markram. Even Wayne Parnell was going for a ball which was wide outside, fishing for one which was there to hit.
Africa, I'll just say one thing. I think their big batsmen, they just didn't apply themselves well. All those big names.
But yes, I mean, see, everybody discarded. There was one more comment.
Hashir Hassan says, Rahul Rawat totally discarded Pakistan. We all did.
We all did. I mean, we are all guilty of it because see, Pakistan's.
Let's just take that question. Can we go up? All right. Hassan says, no, we'll take Abhijit's question. Who will be more dangerous?
Everybody will be dangerous.
And everybody, and especially.
Right.
I think for me,
Sam Curran.
Also,
Sam Curran would be the player.
Also, the other player who no one is really fancying. No, the one player who everyone is not fancying right now because of form. But Ben Stokes. Big match player, man. That guy.
Yes. Match winner. So, we all are guilty. I mean, Hashir, Lavrami, we are all guilty of taking Pakistan too lightly. I mean, yes, after the loss to Zimbabwe and India, we all thought their campaign is
No, also you have to remember, what is the one reason we took Pakistan lightly? Non-existent middle order. And in this tournament, it's been their middle order only that's done things.
Yes.
So they've really surprised everyone. Even I'm pretty sure even as Pakistan fans, they wouldn't have been confident in that middle order. But the openers have floundered, and the middle order have been suddenly batting at 170, 180 strike rate. So what's happening here?
So now you'll have two scenarios. One, you will have another two-time World Cup winner.
Possible.
New Zealand will have to then upset the entire apple cart and then become the first new winners of the T20 World Cup.
They're the only one.
They are the only one.
Or it could be Bangladesh.
It could be Bangladesh.
Well, if you're talking possibility.
No, it is because I mean none of us saw Netherlands winning.
No, none of us saw Bangladesh be alive in the tournament into the last day of the Super 12s, and now they're actually looking at a situation where they could,
but
by some stroke of luck, and by some stroke
these
of luck,
kind of totals,
and some help from the third umpire maybe.
These kind of totals, these kind of totals
can be tricky.
Are tricky.
But also one more counterpoint to that: this kind of total is right up the alley of Rizwan and Babar. Because they don't need to play aggressively, they can bat through and take them home. If that, so either or is happening, I think. Either they're getting a 10-wicket victory or the match is going to be run very close.
Unless Bangladesh are so frustrated that third umpire decision went against them,
fake fielding went against them, they come out with a vengeance.
Let's just come out with a vengeance.
I think Tuscan is going to be very key early on.
Tuscan, Mustafiz on this wicket. Mustafizur will be, but he's not been in form at all. That is a serious cause of
hence,
concern.
that's the thing why I'm saying Tuscan. He's been phenomenal for them this year.
But Mustafiz was the guy who changed the entire game for Bangladesh against Zimbabwe. And again, this T20 World Cup, more for the minnows, has been about fine margins. Bangladesh were on course to beat India, but then they have only themselves to blame for the choke. Zimbabwe were in contention, but they lost by 3 runs to Bangladesh.
Exactly.
And that is why their entire campaign floundered. Pakistan put themselves in this position because of that 1-run loss that they had to Zimbabwe.
Correct.
India have been the only team that has been hanging on. And they are winning. And they are the only team who whose fate was decided.
Yeah.
But do India, now that we've seen out most of the games, we just left with one more game. Retrospectively, now if you have to just look at Super 12s and our group in particular, do India look like the most dominant team or the team that's enjoyed this stage the most?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they have.
Can you say hands down
it's
they're the
not
best
been
team
easy.
from this group?
No.
Exactly.
No. Because
Exactly.
look, it needed a freakish innings from Virat Kohli to beat Pakistan in Melbourne.
And it needed an epic South Africa choke for them to not be making it to the semis to begin with.
Absolutely. But again, look, you had the benefit of Netherlands in the group, no disrespect to them. India easily brushed them aside. The game that they had against South Africa exposed their weaknesses in a bit.
Yeah, but the good advantage is they're not going to be playing at the
That was
Optus
the game
again.
at Perth.
Yes, they're not going to be playing at the Optus again.
And against Bangladesh,
Yes.
despite the start that little last game,
Pushed to the limit.
the rain helped them.
Yeah, rain really did help them.
Yes. If it wasn't for the rain,
You could have been going
they were
either
on
way.
top.
Again, I will not, in hindsight, even if I have to say, no, even rain, if I had it not gone, was not a guarantee. Because Bangladesh's problem
Middle
is
order
since
wobbly.
time immemorial.
Yeah.
Inability to be consistent either in the
Temperament.
middle order or
temperament. I think it's the fact that they've not had these big wins, and against India they've choked not once, not twice, but
Multiple times.
multiple times now. So
It's
that
become a
also
thing
lies in your
now.
mind.
It's become a thing now.
Yes, so
Nidahas,
let's not rule out Bangladesh.
2016.
I mean, yes, Roy SP will not rule Bangladesh out at all.
Not at the least. I'm telling you, this could be a very, very close 20 overs.
Yes.
Unless Babar Rizwan discover their mojo again, then it's a 10-wicket win.
But you expect maturity from Pakistan now because of the
Yes.
way they played against Zimbabwe. They've already slipped up once. You were expecting them to win. Again, it was a similar total, if I'm not wrong. Again,
Yeah,
131,
130 odd.
130 odd runs. Yes.
Yeah.
So you expected them to cruise to the total back then. Again, they failed, but this time around, you expect some brains to be put into them. You expect them to apply themselves,
Yes.
learn from what had happened just about a week back, and yes, just
That
get
is going to happen, and so the chase has already begun.
Yeah, we'll join you afterwards when
We will combine the India game also at this point in time, and we will know by 1:30 or 1 o'clock who is the last semi-finalist in the T20 World Cup, because
India have already
three,
qualified.
New Zealand and England will be from Group 1. India are already qualified from Group 2, thanks to Netherlands. Beating
South Africa.
South Africa.
Yes.
And as I said, Netherlands, what a story it's been for them. I mean, they made it because UAE defeated Namibia in those qualifiers.
In the qualifiers, yeah. The
And
first
that is
round.
why the joke is that every UAE resident who wants to come to into the Netherlands will have Dutch Schengen for free. Lifetime they will get it for free, a Dutch Schengen visa. So UAE helped the Netherlands,
Immensely. Yeah.
and Netherlands helped India.
Very immensely.
Very
And
immensely.
Netherlands have given us a moment that we're going to be talking about for years to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So,
You dropped it! Oh, that could have been the
That
moment.
could have just changed the game.
Yeah.
yes,
Nurul.
Nurul Hassan
Nurul
has
Hassan has
dropped.
dropped.
Oh,
Rizwan.
drop Rizwan. That's a big letter. Big letter.
Nurul Hassan, remember,
And
almost
a couple of expletives, I think, from Tuskin again, like we saw in the previous match.
Yeah.
Yes, oh man, that was a great delivery.
Very
great
good ball.
delivery. But
Just darted
Nurul
it in.
Hassan, Nurul
Just couldn't
Hassan.
latch on.
Yes.
What a
he,
ball.
he almost
Yes.
He was the individual.
I think he overcommitted himself.
Yeah.
Right?
Because actually, if he had just gone lightly, it could have been a very easy
You have
collect.
to put in that big a dive, let's say.
So Nurul was the individual who almost cost.
Got Pakistan home in that game against India.
That's a six.
That's a 6. And that's the thing with
Oh,
either of these
man.
batsmen on the
Oh,
crease.
man. This is the
you
problem.
can't give them any
You
chance.
can't, and not Rizwan. I mean, look, people have been talking about poor form, strike rate, etc.
Still the
Still,
number
the
two
number 2 batsman in
batsman.
T20 cricket. Put some respect on his name.
So now that dropped catch
Come
catches
back to
will
bite them.
matches, and
Yeah.
Bangladesh probably would have squandered that opportunity.
60 meter. Oh, this is the short, really short boundary.
Yeah, this is a short boundary. This is 55 meters.
Yeah.
Early reprieve for Pakistan.
Yes, very early reprieve, and that will hurt.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well,
Really
anyway,
good.
we'll join you after the match now because I think if they bat like this, then yeah,
We
but
will
that's
be
it.
back down shortly. So
Yeah.
join us for the India build-up and also the end of this match.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So join us for that and subscribe to Sports Today for
Like, share,
all-
subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and stay tuned. Lots of stuff coming today.
Yeah, Aditya Kavlekar, Pakistan can handle scoreboard pressure. Yes.
Clearly. Anyway, bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you then.